Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. This is my 23-week pregnancy update.
Well, the moment you felt you could start over new was the same that you realized the stories were true. You opened your eyes and the world you could see wasn't dim, it was brighter. You'd have to agree. Oh, now your fears are gone. They were buried with the dawn. And oh, now you feel alive for the very first time. Oh, now your fears are gone. They were buried with the dawn. And oh, now you feel alive for the first time. Not hold me yet. Not hold me yet. No, you're not home yet. No, not home. But you finally found the way.
I got changed, so, costume change. But today we're talking about 23 weeks. Babe moves like crazy. Like, she is a crazy mover. And it's way more than Gabriel ever did. So it's way more than I ever anticipated. And like, she is always up in my other organs or on my bladder or just in the way in some way, which is crazy to me because she's still so small and there's so many weeks left, which is nerve-wracking, but I'm sure it'll be fine because as she gets more squish, she'll be able to move a little bit less. Speaking of size, this week she is the size of a large zucchini. Cute little baby zucchini. I'm very excited. It's just gonna be like a really good next couple of months in general. And last night I went through my calendar and tried to find absolutely every single thing that I needed to put on there. So like when I'm planning to do my maternity pictures, when I need to schedule appointments, all that kind of stuff, so I could have things planned out. So stuff would go pretty smoothly. I've got 2 weddings this weekend, so it's like, it's chaos and I needed less chaos in my life. That's kind of what started it. But as I was like filling stuff out and going week by week with things that were happening, I was like, wow, before I know it, we're going to be at 36 weeks. Then it's just a waiting game. But it's also holiday season, so I'm really excited for the fact that like besides working 2 days a week, I will have nothing going on during holiday season. And I will be able to just enjoy, like, doing holiday things with my son. Like, setting up the Christmas tree, or watching a Christmas movie, or listening to Christmas music, or baking, or whatever. And I'll actually, like, just make the time to do those things with him. Because I literally only have work, so I'm going on maternity leave at that point in time, and I'm ready. Other physical things. I'm going to the chiropractor today. My back kind of hurts from standing at work and just in general. Last night I think I slept funny because I was really dizzy this morning, which is not, that's really abnormal for me. So I was like, that's really weird. So I ate some breakfast and got some water, and we're going to go to the chiropractor and hopefully it all helps. I also need to go to the bank, so we're gonna have a busy morning. I've been staying like steady, busy, doing things, especially working. I have noticed more frequently feeling like not great if I don't eat for longer periods of time, but I also am not eating for longer periods of time because I don't feel like sick in the meantime or like that I need to eat. Although I do get hungry every like 20 minutes, I swear. Like, I am always hungry. Like, I'll fill up, and then 20 minutes later, I'm like, hey, round 2, let's go. Yeah. So, we're having a great time over here. I feel like, if you follow me on Instagram, you saw my post about this, but I feel like I've really entered this cute belly stage now, which is nice. But again, none of my clothes fit, so I'm wearing, like, shorts that are like stretchy shorts that go down like on my hips, or maternity clothes. And I have one pair of maternity jeans and one pair of maternity shorts, and then I have a couple of pairs of maternity leggings that I've been wearing. But the black pair I like have to wear to work, but it's also too big because it's like stretched out from Gabriel. It's a whole thing. So the clothing is a little bit of a struggle, but we're doing whatever it is that we can do at this point and just wearing what we've got. And like if I have to wear leggings that they're not maternity leggings, then they just literally roll down, which is super annoying and uncomfortable, but it's what you gotta do. During the day, because it's still warm, I try to either wear like a dress or like shorts that are comfortable. When it stops being warm out and I have to go places still, I don't know what the plan is, but hopefully we have enough. I don't really have any winter dresses, because who does? I have realized, if you've noticed in the past few videos, I've talked about like having allergies and not knowing where it's from and blah blah blah. It's dog hair. I'm allergic to dogs. I've discovered this over the past weekend, and it's problematic because I was never allergic to dogs before. Like, I had a light dander allergy probably. Like, I went out to the barn, and granted, there's a lot of dust at the barn, but it was, like, the horsehair that would really get me. And, like, you know, occasionally itchy eyes or something like that. Yes, on Saturday, I stayed with a friend of mine, and she has 2 dogs, and I was like, oh, I only have this issue at home, it must be something at my home, and then I was eyes, just nose running, like, just crazy, and her dogs are done shedding right now, and I'm like, it's the dogs, which makes sense why it was an issue in Colorado. I thought it was just an issue with elevation. My aunt had 2 dogs, and we had our dog with us. And our dogs, it's not like they shed that much. I was just like, great. So I'm really hoping that A, it goes away after pregnancy, and B, that it calms itself down during pregnancy, because otherwise my dog is going to have to go stay with someone else because I can't, like, function feeling stuffy all of the time. And she doesn't deserve to be sitting in the kennel all of the time just because this is the only time. Like, if she's been in the kennel all day and hasn't been out walking around, I'm fine. Like, blow my nose once or twice kind of thing, because it's in the air, but I'm fine otherwise. And as soon as we leave the house, it takes like 30 minutes, and I'm fine. It's the weirdest thing, but now that I've pinpointed it and know what it is, I'm going to bring it up to my midwife and see if she has any suggestions, or if there's any like allergy meds that I can take to just like help, so that we don't have to have her go stay somewhere and all that good jazz. But I'm really, more than anything, just hoping that it goes away after pregnancy, or even in a couple weeks in the 3rd trimester. I don't care. It goes away at some point, and it's not permanent, because that would be not great. I've been really, like, restless the past 2 days, because I think I'm, like, anticipating how crazy it's going to be for the next 3 weeks, and then I have a week break, and then it's crazy until Thanksgiving, and I just think that that is in the back of my mind, like, you're not ready, but I know I am.
We're back from our morning adventure, and I am ultra chilling on the couch right now. We have Trash Truck on again. Because you only got to watch 2 episodes this morning, and they're really short. They're like 15 minutes before we had to leave. So we compromised when we came inside, because he didn't want to put on shoes or come inside, and it was a whole thing. And I said, hey, we can watch a couple episodes of Trash Truck when we come in. And so he's finishing up one of his episodes. Anyhow, sorry that is on the background. I've been doing these during the day when he's not napping quite frequently or sleeping in the morning. So that's just how it is sometimes. I was talking previously about, like, how I was feeling, how I was doing, things like that. After having gone to the chiropractor, I was dizzy this morning, which was really weird, and I haven't felt dizzy since. I did stop and get a slushie at Taco Bell because it was too early for tacos. I really wanted Taco Bell tacos, but I'm going to make tacos for dinner tonight instead. It'll be slightly healthier, and we're also having cucumbers with it. So I'm just going to try and have like healthy food for lunch and try to forget about it because I was probably just hungry. But I did get myself an icy, and I had 2 of the Cinnabon Delights and then gave my brother the other 10 because I know he likes them. So it was a good time. Gabriel also got a slushie because he was very well behaved in the car, and we had to change his diaper in the trunk because there was no changing table in one of the bathrooms at the bank place. And I didn't really want to stink it up either, trying to change it, so we just did something more comfortable for him and changed him in the back of the car, but he did a really good job and then got into his seat without a fuss, which we've been working on. So since I unprompted stopped at Taco Bell, and he doesn't really love drive-thrus, he was graded in the drive-thru, so I was like, I'm gonna get 2 ices, small ones, and he can have one. So he had like part of it in the car, like that much. And then when we got home, we played outside for a bit, and I did some work outside, and he had like a little bit more of it, maybe half in total, and we went on a walk. So we've been having a good day. A little more sugar than normal, but it's gonna happen now and then. We are feeling good, not feeling dizzy anymore. I did eat, it wasn't super healthy, but I am going to try and maintain more health. I think I'm going to see if I can find my blood pressure cuff, and if it works, try and take my blood pressure today just to see. I have gained a total of like 8 pounds so far, maybe more on the 10 side, so I'm pretty proud of myself. I think I'm at like 138, 139, somewhere in there, and I was at like 137 before I lost a little bit of weight before I started my pregnancy, so that's kind of the base that I'm going with is 127, so I'm at 138-ish the other night after having eaten a lot, so I was like, weight fluctuates, it's not that big of a deal. But I have gained about 10 pounds, which is good for me, especially after having lost a lot in the beginning. Technically, I guess I only lost like 3 due to pregnancy. The rest was just lifestyle changes. Anyhow, so feeling good about that. I'm really excited because next Monday we have a doctor's appointment and Gabriel has a haircut. Sorry for my yawns. But it's my 24-week appointment, and then I think at the next appointment is when I do my glucose test, which, besides the whole, like, taking your blood thing, really isn't that bad. I don't dislike it because I get to bring a smoothie and drink it, and I think that is fabulous. We went on a walk today, and one of the things I've noticed about, like, cardio-wise, because I'm not running around at this job like I did at Perkins. Like, I walk back and forth, and I'm constantly moving. But because I'm not, like, actually running, like, circles around the restaurant, my cardio seems to have dropped a little bit. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, or if it's just that baby's bigger and up in my lungs. Because I definitely can feel her up in my stomach more. And then there's other times where she's just on my bladder, and I'm like, okay, excuse me. But 90% of the time, I'd say that, like, I feel movements up higher. Nothing is, like, below the belly button. So from the belly button on up is most of where I feel things. And it kind of impacts my, like, how much I can eat. And thus my, like, cardiovascular and all that kind of stuff. So since it's still summer, I'm not really thinking about, like, working out or anything like that. And with being, like, every day literally having something going on starting very, very soon, I don't have, like, a plan to start working out or anything, but I do want to stay in good physical shape, and if I'm not taking a walk every day in the hot sun when it gets cold, because I, at a certain point, will stop. It probably will stop in November, but it depends how cold it gets in October. Sometimes it's really warm in October, and sometimes it's really cold. It just really depends. So I'm guessing that's going to be in November, and I'll be finishing up with play stuff then. Things will just in general, like, they'll be busy, but, like, my day-to-day will be a little less. So I'm going to try and, like, figure out at that point, as far as, like, staying active, if I can do, like, easy pregnancy dance routine or something to, like, get my heart rate up for a little bit. Like 5-10 minutes, do it a couple of times during nap time or something like that, to really just like help keep things on the good end and my heart rate up and everything good. But for now, we're just walking, and I feel totally fine with that. I did want to update you because we were talking about this weekend what we were going to do in terms of like baby moons and stuff. And my plans for my baby moon are still pretty much set, solid, good to go. But Gregory is still trying to decide exactly what he wants to do on his. So he's been thinking about it and going through things, and we did look into flights again this weekend. I do have to send him the Miami flight schedule that he wanted. But, so there might be a little bit more, like, for him to do regarding that. We gotta figure it out. But, anyhow, things are going pretty great. Everything's steady. It's good to go. It's a good time. One thing I have noticed, I mentioned last time that I have a lot more, like, pimples, greasiness, etc., etc. That is still the case, but, like, to a lesser degree a little bit. Like, I'm still greasy, and, like, especially after I work, I have to wash my face. But, like, after the weekend of not working and stuff, I am not too bad. Granted, I did wash my face, or, like, take a shower a couple of times over the weekend where I washed my face. So I don't know if it's just staying more on top of it or what, but, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed my 23-week pregnancy update video. I had fun. I also just got off the phone with Minsure, and that's a whole process that I will update you on as soon as I have more info, because it's a process. But anyway, if you have any thoughts, tips, questions, or anything, ask away, and I will see you soon. Bye.
Love, Genevieve.